In today's episode, crazy boss tries to make me work more than anyone but doesn't want to pay me accordingly. Cheaters never prosper. You need to change this right now. I'd be happy to. So let's get started. Crazy boss tries to make me work more than anyone but doesn't want to pay me accordingly. First, some info and backstory. Minimum wage in Brazil was $954.00/month, $180.00/month nowadays. Back in May 2017, I started working in a company as a 2D designer intern. 2 months later I started working hourly, but with some benefits. I started making our $1,500.00/month, $280.00/month. 1 year has passed, and I was put in commercial proposal for sales. I was one in a team of 3, me included. Just as I learned to make quotes, one of my colleagues quit his job to work for the government, so it was just me and my friend, let's call him Ed. Our boss was always a pain in the A, but we usually ignored GER or complied. She was a real nitpicker. After some time, my manager started to make crazy complaints to me and my colleague and asked things like sales are decreasing, so why have you put our prices down? Put the prices up again and charge for XYZ. I complied, but she called us for talks every week and always contradicted herself. When she told us to raise the prices, we did, and she complained. Lowered our prices, she complained. In February of 2019, my coworker and friend Ed was fired for no apparent reason, but he wanted to quit for some time, so it was the best for him actually. Okay, things were great, right? Wrong. I was left in the department alone. Besides having to do the work of 2, I had to teach someone to help me, so actually I was making my job, my friend Ed's and my boss. The best part was finding out that the girl I was teaching was making double my money for the same work hours, $560.00/month. The new girl had just started learning and could not be sending our clients our quotes for the jobs, but she complained about my teaching and everything she could to my manager. At the same time, my manager starts to tell me to stop holding the new girl's work back and to let her work freely. I was pissed, but here is where the fun starts. Cue malicious compliance. I now allowed the new girl to talk freely with our clients and do her work as I did mine. She insisted in asking for my advices on all matters, emails, doubts, projects, and many more. Most of the time I helped, but it started to be so frequent that I started not helping anymore. Like, wasn't she being held back by me? FYI, my contract was about to end by May/2019, so there only was a couple months before it ended. Before my contract ended, I sat down with my boss so we could discuss my new payment and benefits. I was going to be salaried when my contract ended. I told them I wanted my salary to be at least what Ed did, our $2,500.00 or $445.00/month. She neither agreed or denied. Just said okay, we can settle this when your contract ends. When my contract had ended, I sat down again with manager and the financial/HR department. They wanted me to get paid our $2,000.00/month, $370.00 before taxes. I declined it. This was followed by this conversation. Boss, why are you refusing the payment? It's more than enough for someone your age, 19 by the time. HR, why are you declining our offer? Me, because I am the only person in the department that knows how to work in every other department, plus both boss and new girl don't know how to do my work. Boss, that's not true. I know how to do your job. I'm better at it than you. Me, I don't think so. And if I'm going to get paid because of my age, not my knowledge, I'm not going to work here anymore. HR, you have a point, but why not just comply with our offer? Me, new girl makes double my payment, she is 3 years older than me and knows not even half of what I tried to teach her. Both HR and boss, surprised Pikachu face, degree oh degree. Boss, if you don't accept what we are willing to pay you, you don't have to keep coming. Me, okay? Then I will bring my uniform and my papers to you tomorrow. Boss, wait. You can't just go out like this. Me, I can. I don't have to work here if I don't have a contract, and if I'm not going to get paid properly. HR, you can bring your papers tomorrow morning, and we can discuss this later. Thanks OP. Boss. Okay then. The next day I brought my papers, uniform and told my now ex-coworkers that I was leaving and got my messages and emails to be forwarded automatically to the new girl's email and phone number. I had approximately 150 negotiations ongoing, and was responsible for 6 out of 8 affiliated factories that constantly sent me emails. I went to RH, gave them my papers, said goodbye to all the factory, around 150 employees, and finally went to my ex-boss and said my goodbyes. Boss, you know you're letting us down, don't you? Me, I do, that's why I'm not coming back. Boss, just F***K off. Me, gladly. The defeated look on her face made me smile for weeks. Nowadays I'm working as a civil engineer intern at a multinational company that pays me more, has healthcare, health insurance, price-to-earnings ratio and oh boy, many more. Every once in a while I send an email from my new company to my ex-boss asking for quotes, but I never buy there, I do that just to give them some trouble. Maybe I'm a bit of a jerk for doing this, but I don't care. Last month my ex-boss called me asking for some advice, and joked about me coming back to the company, and I gently refused. We laughed, but she was really anxious about it. I know that the company is doing okay, but many people were fired due to bad client services, bad prices, mistakes in quotes and flaws in executions. I'm happy and I'm expected to finish my college next year. Maybe I'll get hired by the place I'm working now, but who knows? Cheaters never prosper. I used to teach high school English. 11th grade students were required to take both a standard English class and also a class called research where they learned to write a research paper. I taught the same group of students for both classes. One day I was grading a stack of assignments and noticed that 3 students all had the very same, very unusual errors. I held the papers up to the light and noticed that, aside from the names, all 3 papers were identical, same font, same spacing, same exact words, same margins, etc. So I called the 3 students to my desk to talk about this, and they admitted that 2 of them hadn't finished the assignment and had run into the 3rd one in the computer lab before class. Student number 1 printed off his homework, then let students 2 and 3 change the name on the Word doc and print it off as well. According to our school rules, this is plagiarism, submitting someone else's work as your own. I explained to the trio that this is plagiarism, and that the normal consequence for that is 1. Detention, 2. A note in your behavior record, and 3. Receiving a 50% on the assignment. The school didn't believe in giving zeros, which is a story for another day. I further explained that I would not be giving them detention, but that they would have a mark in their behavior record, and that I would put a 50% grade on the assignment for now, but that they could improve that by resubmitting the work. I would average their new score with the 50%, so they could receive up to 75% on this assignment. The students agreed that this was fair and went on their way. 2 of them submitted redone assignments and had their grades adjusted. Student number 3, however, did not. His dad chose to call our principal and complain about this situation. Apparently, he was under the impression that having plagiarism on his son's behavior record would make it impossible for said son to go to college. I was called into the principal's office and asked to explain what happened, which I did, including the part where the students themselves confessed to copying each other's work. The principal decides that my punishment of them, though lighter than what was allowed, was too much. He instructs me to do the following. Apologize to the students for the grade I gave them. Remove the behavior note from their files. Give them 100% on the assignment. So not only do I have to apologize when I did nothing wrong, but I have to give them a better score than they would have originally had. No sir. But the principal is my boss, so I have very few options. I went back to my classroom. When the class came in, I pulled the trio aside and apologized for my reaction to the incident. After school that day I deleted the behavior marks. The only thing left was the grades. Let's say this assignment was worth 50 points. I changed the trio's grades to 50-50 and gave every other student 25 extra credit points on the assignment. Most of the rest of the class now had enough extra credit that they could effectively skip an entire assignment and easily receive an A at the end of the semester. You need to change this right now. I'd be happy to. I teach in Arizona, home of one of the most underrated education systems in America. In my humble opinion, I think we really do great work here. It's the end of the marking period, and my school has a US standard A, B, C, D or F grading system. I teach an algebra class to 8th graders, a year ahead in our parts, who are either smart enough, or their parents want them to be smart enough. Parents are allowed an opt-in, it's the law. As we come to the end of the year, and I'm posting grades, I'm reminded of this time last year, when I got to serve up some compliance that was as delicious as it was malicious. I had a parent of one young buck actually come up to me in person, while I was on after-school duty to discuss an issue he had with grading. For all the teachers out there, I am feeling the wave of FERPA violation coming over you. Yes, this is true, and I told him I can't discuss grades in a public setting. I didn't get to the word setting entirely before he interrupts, and says *T, we're at school, this is my kid. I'm the one giving permission here, so let me ask you. I'm thinking to myself, been doing that a lot lately, great, I guess we're doing this while I'm directing traffic. I then realize the issue of safety, so I'm like, sir, I need to direct TR-, and then he continues talking utter nonsense. I could only imagine. I wasn't really listening at this point, while I'm looking down the road for more cars to wave down for pickup. He's just going and going, I hear a word or two like you said, and he's already turned in that. And finally, as I get to a lull and look at him, he says to me, and there is no way that you can fail my child, and put the comment, pleasure to have in class. You need to change this right now. Enter the light bulb of malicious compliance. That's my third light bulb reference today, by the way. The lull was about to pick back up when I say you make a good point. I don't know what I was thinking, I'll change it the second I'm done here. Which is actually possible because I always have my iPad on me pretty much at all times. My wife gets jealous. The Karen of a dad walked off back to his parked car with his child visible and looking at me from the passenger side, and I swear he actually said that's what I thought, which, if you're unfamiliar, is the thing said to you when you've lost an argument that could have been a fight because you chickened out. Not responding to this is conceding defeat, usually. As the dad finishes his little strut to his car, I give the kid a thumbs up, a la Bloodsport, just Google OK, USA, definitely a laugh, and the kid slowly gives me a sheepish thumbs up back. Hilarious, the kid seems to somehow know what the dad doesn't. The second I get to a secure, private, location, I go into the gradebooks and change the comment from pleasure to have in class to respectful to teachers and staff, which is more than I can say for this kid's dad. Needless to say, he still got an F, deserved. And yes, I made this change on the toilet. If you made it to the end of the video, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and we will see you in the next video.